That is one determined bee right there. Grabbing some nectar off a fallen flower. So, this is a curious sight, and it inspired me to make a video. Can anybody ID the flower that Mr. B is collecting the nectar from? That laying all over my driveway. Look at that guy go. Isn't that fun? Look at him go. Look at him go. He is a worker bee. There he is. Look at that. Really good lighting, obviously. So what he's doing, I haven't really seen anybody do this. Well, I mean, anybody, any bee body do that before. But what he's doing is he is grabbing the nectar off the fallen flowers of the Tipuana Tipu tree in my driveway. And I think I made a video of this tree before, but I thought now was a good time because I was inspired by Mr. B. There it is. After 20 years of being in the ground, it was a tiny little stick about as big as my finger when I planted it over there 20 years ago. And trained it up really high to have a high canopy. I wanted to make it look like a golden rain tree like you see in Hawaii, and make this beautiful canopy. So I trained it all up, the big vertical trunk, forced it to be tall, and then the winds come this direction and decapitated the tree on this side. There was a giant branch right there that went out this way, and then it was gone. This was when it was a much younger tree, and I was devastated. And then I took that branch and trained it that way to compensate, which took quite a while. But anyway, the idea was that this tree be as big as my driveway, which is right here. You can see it reaches the very edge of the driveway. The driveway is right here, my beloved driveway that I worked so hard to build 20 years ago. Concrete, you do it out of concrete and you reinforce it well, you'll have a driveway that lasts for a long time. If this was asphalt, this would have been already falling apart. This will be here forever. Like me, it will wear a little. Concrete will kind of get exposed. The rain will expose the aggregate, and that's all right. It takes the color away a little bit because the aggregate is pretty much gray, and the color is tan, and of course brown. But what I wanted to show you is how beautiful of a carpet of flowers the Tipuana Tipu will make in July. And it's kind of everywhere. It's too bad I have these vehicles out on the driveway right now. Kind of takes away from the romance of all this. But isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. Let's get a close-up of a color on that. I wonder if you could grind this stuff up and make like paint. Look at how pretty that is. And there's the actual flower right there. Anyway, there you go. You can see how you can decorate your driveway. Trees from South America, Argentina, might even be good into Brazil. The wood is really supposed to be really beautiful for making things out of and really gorgeous. But what I like the most is the fact that it makes this giant flat top canopy for shade. Wonderful parking lot tree. It's a little brittle, as we know, because it broke in the wind. But it behaves a little bit like a willow tree in that it will drape down. And so I have to constantly, well, not constantly, once a year I have to cut these low-hanging limbs that come way down. They'll actually touch the ground if I let them. And this is the time of year they do it. They have a big growth spurt this time of year. I'm probably going to have to take this tree and height control this tree at this point. And I'll get a close-up of the flowers. There's a bunch of flowers up there, hopefully. You can see the yellow right there. But yeah, Tipuana Tipu. This tree loses all its leaves in April of all times, and it looks really kind of sad. But then, you know, they come right back. This is all new foliage. Foliage is probably a couple months old, so it still is kind of kind of a soft green color because it's still so new. See, it's kind of a off green. I've never fertilized it. You know, it doesn't really need any water anymore. I don't even hardly water out here anymore. And there you go. Tipuana, Tipu. If you want a little bit of beautiful coloration all over your driveway, and maybe even some bees that will visit you and show you how to collect pollen and turn it into honey. Right, Hugo? Is that right?